Hey there, Cancer friends. It is Dharmajane here to do a week-long spread for you, 7 cards for 7 days for the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Maybe a little something for the cross watchers. All right, calling in guides, calling in angels, calling in anyone from the highest good that has a message to come forward for our Cancer friends. What do we have for Cancer today? What can Cancer expect for this week? Guides, angels. Starting out with the initial K. Something about traveling. Transformation. Death card. Cancer is starting out the week with a whole new chapter. But you're feeling defensive. I heard irritable. Feeling left out in the cold. You know, but you got the 3 of Fire that's watching your ships come in. I just feel like you feel like they're too far away. Like you've been watching for them to come in forever. And there's your King of Fire. So this would be somebody in your space who's really passionate. For some of you, it's a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But there's a lot of indications here of moving on. There's 2 ships. You got this boat and this boat. And a horse. You can get away on a horse. I don't know why I said get away. Do some Cancers feel like they need to get away? Yeah. Hermit. You want to get away and you need to kind of like be by yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Air. So that's the need for some kind of clarity. That's the need for being brutally honest. I mean, if this Death card is here, I just feel like you need to say something in a way that everyone understands. Yeah, there's no more delay with that. It's finally gonna, you're not gonna allow, I feel like Cancer isn't gonna allow things to just keep, yeah, you're gonna make the judgment to make it happen. Shut these up real fast. Yeah, you're putting an end to something that had this foundation. I mean, I just feel like that's it. I just want to be like, that's it. That's what we're doing. Yeah, and you're being defensive about it, but you're also being firm about it. Firm, but you mean it. That's not necessarily a bad thing to really mean something and, you know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's positive. I think it's going to be positive for everyone involved. It's just hard because I feel like this might have been like a karmic attachment. Yep. I just said karmic attachment and there's the Lovers. But then there's the Sun again. So there's, I mean, whatever you're doing, this moving forward, this came out in reverse. It's practical energy. You're moving on from something and you're moving straight towards the Sun. But there's like an earth sign practical energy that's making you feel, I really won't feel like I want to talk about money. I want to talk about feeling impoverished, feeling like I don't have enough, feeling like this other partner was what helped bring some of that, you know, loot to the table. But with this King being in reverse, I don't think that that's a good reason to stay with somebody or to stay in a business. Yes. This is the other half, right? So here's your 5 of Pentacles. Here's your 10 of Pentacles. I mean, they've got half of your stuff or will have half of your stuff. But it's so positive to move forward, to move on. And then there's your Ten of Cups. Oh my God, with the Five of Pentacles again. You only have half. It's like without this person, you only have half of yourself. Or at least that's what it feels like. Because there's so much positivity around the Lovers. What's this under here? I mean, that's defending this relationship. I mean, this part is really clear. It's talking about making the judgment, coming out of the Hangman, you know, no more delays, just doing it. And then you come out of this, but your foundation is upside down. But then the very next day, you have a whole new bright, shiny look on things. And I feel like maybe this is the energy of feeling really good about making this stop. But then the next day, you're like, oh shit, half of my world is gone. You know, I'm 5, and together we would have been 10. But what is this? 3 of Fire. Secrets. With the Queen of Cups. So that's, I mean, that could be you, Cancer in reverse. So it's like, it's almost like we're done. I'm happy with being done. Oh my God, I'm not happy with being done. And then you come to this place where you're like, you know what? Maybe we'll just work on it. But, and because of that, you get to watch your ships come in. But it's illusionary. It feels illusionary. Yeah, you're like, hey, let's try this instead. Seeing as how you have half of my friggin' pentacles. Let's try this one. And so this person here who's holding this fire sign, who's got your heart, is like, all right. But the Ace is in reverse. So it's like, they feel really timid. 2 aces. They're not sure about the money part. They're not sure about the business part, but they are sure about the love part. And with a cycle, okay, so you have so many endings and beginnings here. You have 10s and you have cycles and you have circles and you have aces. Something, the way that you know it, is stopping. But right away, something brand new is starting. And it might be with the same person. You know, this whole having half of your pentacles thing, that might be not a real interpretation of money, but like control. Like you have all the control in the situation. Let's work it out to where it can be more balanced. So then what's with the 6 of Swords, the moving forward? That's moving towards an offer from a fire sign. And so that's what I'm saying. You're coming around. You're like, well, since you gotta have my stuff, let's reevaluate here. And this person's like, yeah, all right, but I don't know. Let's start this cycle again. Why not? But but you move out of shaky ground and you move out of heartbreak. So I don't find that to be a negative thing at all. It's just there's disappointment there, and I feel like the reason there's disappointment is because the whole reason this was going to end in the first place is because you were looking for something else. But I feel like there's a very settling vibe here. And that's not a bad thing either. I mean, if you're comfortable somewhere, stay there. But then here's your King of Wands. So it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is only a week. Because you're like, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep. And then back to nope. Because here you are as the Hermit, kind of like going inward, and then your fire sign's unhappy. And that's why that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's why they're timid about maybe doing this again, because it always turns out like this. And there's the King of Cups. See, this is both people. Nobody's looking at each other. So maybe this Death card is something that should have stayed. And, you know, with Temperance, you're looking at making good choices and not really trying to rock any boats here. But through all this, you end up causing a delay I feel like it's a delay in the inevitable. Can we get an outcome, please, using the After Tarot? I'm going to read these in upright only. Yikes! Super slippery. I just love that new card smell. Just kidding. Outcome, please, for Cancer. Oh, the Tower. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. There's a delay of the inevitable. I think that even if you try to talk yourself in with this moon, trying to talk yourself into being like, look, since you have half my pentacles, I think that there's going to be a Tower moment anyway, because of this death and this laying down the hammer, and then like the next day being like, yeah, I've made the choice to be alone. I'm super happy. Then you're like, oh, but wait. They're like, you know, a couple days later, when you're like, let's try this again, they're like, really? And this could be vice versa. You know, this could be them doing this to you. And you're like, really? I feel timid about that. But either way, the Tower comes. And the work that needed to be done it's come to a completion. The project is done. The business ship is done. Everything is all at this point, toward the end of the week, it's like you're not going to get a chance to make a decision anymore because someone else is going to make the decision for you. Like here at the beginning of the week, when you had what I want to say is control, you lose that by the end of the week, or somebody does. Whoever the Emperor is loses that quote-unquote power by the end of the week. But at the same time, everybody lays their swords down. So when the Tower happens and the cycle is complete, everybody's going to stop fighting because there's not going to be a reason to battle over it anymore. Because this cycle, it feels exhausting. So what kind of messages do we have for Cancer, please? From the fairies. Yep. Passage to new life. That's the Death card again. Oh, there's one under here. Be with your friends. Go find support because, like I said, it's inevitable with this Tower here. Yeah, it's a time to bring back balance, and you have a lot of balance cards here, and Temperance, unconditional giving, unconditional receiving. That's not what's happening, and the fairies for advice are asking you to go look for that. But don't do anything too hasty. Don't hurt anybody. Just, this is another card for balance. For most of your life, you've lived at the effect of your experiences. Now you're invited to be the cause of them. This is what's known as conscious living. That is what is called walking in awareness. So it's like, because of this cycle, things keep happening to Cancer. Well, this card is saying, with this passage to the new life, with this Tower, be the thing that happens to everyone else. And it should be a good thing. You know. This is about taking power. Finding the power. Because I feel like there's an attachment here that isn't necessarily, I don't want to say it's toxic, but it doesn't feel like unconditional. And with all of these Six of Pentacles that you see, that looks like something that we're searching for is unconditional love. And that's not what we're getting right now. So Cancer, I wouldn't even, you know, seeing this, like if I was a Cancer and I saw this a week before and I felt those energies coming at me, I wouldn't even do the thing on Friday, on like Monday. Like, hey, you know what, why don't we try it again? Because since I'm going to lose what feels like everything, I wouldn't even do that because it doesn't end up good. But, I mean, you have free will. There's free will all over town. So, think long and hard about your decisions. That's all I can say. If you want a private reading, it's dharmajane8@gmail.com. Otherwise, find me on Instagram, dharmajane8.8. Have a good one.